Good morning, fam. Welcome back to Erica's EDC. Back at the sharpening bench, working on this one last time before it gets yeeted into the abyss. I literally just woke up and I'm like a maniac with this shit, guys. I can't get knives sharpening. I can't get it off my mind. So I took care of the dogs, made some coffee, and we're finishing this bad boy up, and we are going to see how my edge does at 15 DPS, and then we are done. We are never revisiting this again, okay? But I figured I would turn the camera on and bring you guys along for this. I don't have a ton of content on my Japanese waterstones, my Nanawa Japanese waterstones, so I figured this would be a perfect opportunity to just show how they work and the different types of edges you can get and all that. So last night I did an Instagram live and with my buddies that were on there, we reprofiled this on DMT stones to 15 DPS. So you can see that bevel is way thicker than it has been, okay? So I laid the edge back. We did a 225, 325, 600, 1200, all DMT, okay? And completely reprofiled it, removed all of those microchips, the microchipping that occurred during the deburring process. It's all gone, okay? I really took a lot of material off. And then during the live, when I was working on the 1200 grit stone, you could kind of hear the material like coming off, and that's a whole other story. Like that was a whole discussion. People that were on that, feel free to put your input down below in the comments. But I was thinking, let's really give this a different type of edge for the big shebang, right? The final go around. So after the 1200, I jumped up to a 6000 Nanawa, and now we're on the final one, the 8000. And it seems like a big jump from 12 to 6000, but that 1200 grit stone is actually really, really fine. And I don't have anything in between. I don't have like a 3000 or anything. So we did 12 and then 6, and now we're on 8, and we're just doing the final polish. And then we're going to see what this edge is like, and we're going to test a little bit, and then we're going to be done. But you can hear the difference in these waterstones, right? So this is a Japanese waterstone, a Nanawa, and you don't really hear anything. Notice that? And on the other videos with the DMT stones, you can hear the difference. So, you know, this might be a good thing, because this shouldn't, in theory, cause the blowouts, the microchipping. It shouldn't be ripping anything off of the apex. It's a very nice, soft stone. I love Japanese waterstones. I don't get to use them as much because I lately have been testing, you know, super steels, and they just don't do as well on these stones, generally speaking. They do better, they respond better to diamonds, so I don't get to use these as often. It's actually a pleasure. It's a little surprise when I get to, you know, go into my tub of waterstones and pick one out. So we're just polishing up that edge, really refining it. And yeah, we'll see the difference. And you know, we're just gonna move on. We're just gonna move on after this, and we're gonna start testing the Primitive Bear Knives Hunter's EDC and ADC RV2 steel at surprisingly, it's 58 to 60 HRC. That always surprises me when there's when it could be a 2-point difference. It always surprises me. But that's what I was told. We're just going to see how that one does. See if that changes my mind, because yeah, I don't know. We're just gonna see how that one does. So yeah, we're just gently, with the weight of the knife, that's nice, polishing this up. This stone for this particular knife is not raising any type of burr. This is really just honing and polishing the edge bevel. So I'm not going to do those stropping passes to like deburr because there is no burr. This is an 8,000 grit stone. This is like the most gentle little nugget ever. So all I'm doing, I'm not doing anything other than literally just cleaning up the edge bevel and polishing. You have to be really careful with this stone because it's so soft. It's so easy to dig into it. So you have to be very cautious about what you're doing. And we're just very gently cleaning this up. But I love working with these stones. They're just, it's nostalgic, I guess. Like, I love diamond stones. They work really well for removing material and just getting the job done. There's just something satisfying about going back to the old school stuff, though. Sometimes, just for fun. It's very relaxing. And they work so well. Yeah, this is polishing up really nicely. Look at that. I'm not going for a reflective, like, mirror polish finish. I'm just gonna polish it as much as we can and then leave it at that. I'm not gonna put a ton of effort into it because we're basically done. This has actually never really happened on the channel. This is a first where we have to cut the testing short due to unfortunate circumstances. That's never happened. But I think it's for the best. It's so funny. You can't get it right. You know what I'm saying? You can't win. When you're a content creator on YouTube, you're never going to win. You don't make enough content, you didn't give it a chance. You didn't give it a good enough chance. You make too much content and you're in-depth and you provide evidence, you're beating a dead horse. Move on. You can't win, man. Reach out to the maker. Should have done it yourself. Shouldn't have to reach out to the maker. You don't reach out to the maker. You didn't give him a chance to fix it. It's like, I don't know. Just so you guys know, I did reach out to him before any of this started. The moment I had issues, I reached out. Everything was fine until it wasn't. And I don't know what happened, but something flipped. The conversation in the DMs ended and poof, all mass chaos broke loose. Last night on the live, I'm actually really glad I caught it. The edge really wanted to start chipping, and it's so funny. People who were watching were like, that sounds horrific. They were like down in the comments talking to me live, and they're like, what is happening? And I'm like, see, I told you. That's what's happening, is the stone, even as fine as it is that the edge is just blowing out, ripping chunks off. It was so funny, and people were like, wow, now I get what you're saying. So I had to kind of go back and polish that out and do a little bit of fix up. We're good now, though. I don't think there's any microchipping. I think I polished it all out. Oh yeah, that's That's nice. Okay, we're just gonna do some back and forth passes, see how it is. Kind of off topic, but this is for, I think, like tattoo shops maybe, or something like that. This little squirt bottle. This thing is awesome. If you're using stones where you have to continuously feed them water them, this little thing is great. It's like easier than a spray bottle. And I have a spray bottle, but I keep two different things in them. This is just pure water. This is water with a couple drops of Bronner's soap. This is what I use to kind of remove the metal particles from my diamond stones when they get like gunked up as I'm using them, if that happens. This is pure water. You can't use soap or anything on these nanowas. You're not supposed to. Let me just grab my Nagura stone. This is like a little eraser. These things are awesome. If you use Japanese water stones, these little Nagura stones are incredible. Watch, look. It's literally like an eraser. So you can see all of the metal that I've removed from the edge during this, and you can literally erase all of it. And it kind of re-levels the stone surface out at the same time. So this is going to give us a very clean, it should give us a very clean finish. See that? Isn't that cool? And they're cheap. Little tiny eraser stone. They're super handy. I always have one. We're just going to rehydrate this. Look at how clean that is. See? Just a few little swipes with that thing. So this is going to be our final touch here. Again, with just the weight of the knife. So I guess we'll do some concluding thoughts during this video, because we will make, I think, one more, like the ultimate final, review of this. But concluding thoughts, I wish the best for the maker. No hard feelings at all. I think this is a poor representation of the steel. I will stand by what I've been saying. I think this day and age, you could do way better on steel choice for the money. I feel that this is starting to kind of become irrelevant. And that's just what happens with evolution and time, right? Like, you can't hold on to things forever. There will always be a couple stragglers in the background being like, hold on to 80 CRV2. Hold on to 1095 and 01. Like, I get it. But for me, there are just way too many things that catch my eye more. There are way too many steels that I have used where they just simply outperform it in every aspect. And this particular steel, I would not go out of my way to online type in knives and 80 CRV2 steel and want to buy them. I guess that's where I stand on it. We're obviously going to test the PBK, because I think that will tie into this very well. When I first tested this steel, and granted, not all of the content is recorded because I just started the channel, a couple years ago. When I first encountered this steel, I actually thought it was kind of cool. I did not know nearly as much as I know now. And I did a little bit of a testing with this. This is a BGM Knives Spade Gen 2 in 80 CRV2 steel. And, in the video about this, I was like, this thing is fucking rad, because, I chopped through garden roots and hacked a bunch of shit with it. The toughness, because toughness I thought was the coolest thing back then. This is double hollow ground, so it's crazy thin behind the edge. Thick stock, but then it thins out like crazy. I hacked a bunch of shit with this, and then it still had some bite after my testing, and I was like, wow, this is cool. Like 80 CRV2, whatever this is, it's kind of sick because you can beat the shit out of it, and then it, still kind of works. But back then I also did not, I don't even know if MagnaCut was being talked about publicly. I didn't even know that like 4V was a thing. 15V wasn't even in the works. I didn't even know who Triple B Handmade was. You know what I'm saying? So there's like a video of me talking about this knife being like, this thing is freaking rad. Like 80 CRV2, first impressions, fucking sick. Yeah, fast forward to now, nope. Now that we have what we have, and it just keeps getting better and better, I just don't see how it's relevant for myself. And I get other people think it's cool, but for me, I just think there are better options. I know you guys are tired of me saying this, but MagnaCut I think is freaking awesome. When it's at 62.5 or higher, it's absolutely awesome. 4V, just started using that. I've known about it for like the past 8 months or something. I really didn't even know about it beforehand. I only actually heard about it when people started saying that MagnaCut was supposed to be a stainless 4V. I was like, 4V? I know 3V, but what's the 4? And then I did some research and I was like, holy crap, that's sick. Really enjoying that steel so far. This little guy, this little Seeker is in 4V from the Scrawny Lumberjack. Look at that edge on it. He did that, not me. This thing, you touch material and it disappears. Watch this. Check this out. Hold on 1 second. This is so scary. This is such a sharp knife. It's awesome. So yeah, you know, started hearing about 4V, got interested in it, got this. I've been testing this alongside that. You know, now that there are so many other steels that just simply outperform it, in most cases, it's like a no-brainer to me. And I know people like it for bushcraft. You go do that. You go do that. So yeah, let's see where we're at, you know. Let's check this out here. I've said this before, but I haven't said it in a while. I get all of my sharpening supplies from sharpeningsupplies.com. I have no affiliation with them. Like, they do watch my videos and they know who I am, but they've never sent me a goddamn thing for free. I promise. They're just like, wow, cool video. And I've talked to them a little bit via DMs on Instagram, but they've never given me anything for free. That's just the site that I use where they have a huge selection of stuff. Great pricing, in my opinion, fast shipping, and a really good warranty. Or not warranty, great customer service. Check this out. So we got the kit of the DMT stones, and one of them came in with almost like a gouge, and I don't know if it happened during shipping. Reached out to them, you know, with a picture, and instantly they were like, oh, you know, just package it up and we'll exchange it and we'll send you the free new one right now. So they did. This is the old one. I put it back in the packaging, but like no questions asked. They were literally just like, yep, the new one is on the way, and we'll give you a shipping label to give the other one back. Like, I really like that. No bullshit, love it. So yeah, like I said, I just use them because they've been great to me. Really like their stuff. That's where I got this stand, those stones that you saw, the DMT, the Nanoa. Let's run this on a strop real quick and then just see how we're looking. Clean up my little workspace here. So yeah, I just, I don't know. I guess with what's available now, I wouldn't go for the steel personally. There are things that catch my eye more, but nothing against anyone that uses it. Makers that use it, whatever, I don't care. Okay. Ye old Michael Richter strop with 1.5 micron gunny juice. Not gunny juice, he made it. Diamond emulsion spray that he made. I'm trying to figure out how to keep this on on camera. Yeah, so a lot of people have been asking, like, okay, well, what steels do you like? A lot of them. You guys know K390 is my favorite. For an EDC steel. I really like M4. Honestly, I haven't talked about this in a long time. Nitro V. I tested a full flat ground mini Bowie that I had John make from BGM Knives in Nitro V. That is on the channel. And that thing was sick. I actually really like it. It doesn't have like the craziest edge retention, but it's really good. Like for what you're getting, and you can get it you can get a knife in Nitro V fairly cheap. Toughness is fantastic. It's stainless. Yeah, I really like Nitro V. AEBL, I've used that before. Awesome steel. See, that's the thing. It's like, when I can get Nitro V or AEBL, cheap as shit, great heat treat, and really well done, why would I consider something finicky like this? I guess that's where my head is at right now. Like, why wouldn't you just use those other steels? Yeah, love M4, Crewwear, oh my gosh, I love Crewwear. 3V, love it. Yeah. But I guess lately, because so many people are making really good knives in like kind of the super steels, that's what's really intriguing me lately, because they're just getting better and better. And we have some really cool stuff coming in for the channel in steels like that. I think I told you guys, but we have 10V, S125V, Apex Ultra. Those are all on the way. Surprisingly, someone that has been following the series was like, I'm going to make you a knife in ADC or V2 steel, and I want you to use it and see if it changes your mind. Instead of getting scared off, they almost took it as a challenge. They were like, I bet I can make a knife in ADC or V2 that you like. Love that mentality. I just dug that right into the strap, not paying attention. Love that mentality. Like, use it as an opportunity to prove me wrong, you know? Almost. I'm being so gentle. Let's see what we're at, guys. Okay. That's nice. Nice fat bevel. I wonder how this is going to do. Oh, hold on. There we go. This is very sharp right here. Nice, okay. You can hear she's still got some bite for being polished to 8,000. But see how we have never been able to do that. We have never been able to take a piece of paper and push the knife through. Not even since it got here. I recorded cutting tomatoes with this with the factory edge that it came with, and it couldn't even do that. This is the first time it's actually had something that resembles an edge. That's cool. Okay. So I wonder how this will do. Ooh. That's sharp. That's sharp. That's awesome. Yeah, so maybe reprofiling this did something. That's interesting. You know what? Let me try. I think what happens is I put this ring light on, and I think it actually doesn't catch the edge as well. I think it kind of drowns it out. Yeah, okay, there we go. Yep, that's my issue. I have too much lighting. Okay, so obviously we reprofiled it, and you can see how thick this edge bevel is, how wide it is since we reprofiled it and laid it back. Remember how tiny this bevel was? Check out how wide it is now. That's nice. No wonder it's working better. Really cool. Come on. It's almost like too dark, but this is catching it better than drowning it out with too much light. Yeah. Okay. See how fat that is? Sick. So, let's see. Even if, with all other things aside, if you have to lay the edge back to 15 DPS to get this to cut paper, I think it should be coming like that. Does that make sense? I'm almost thinking it should have come like this from the maker in the first place. The bevel it had was really small. So we'll see how this does, I guess, because it's cutting paper really nicely now. And it's never done that. It has never, since I got it, been able to do that. I think that's it, guys. That's it. I gotta go. Thanks for hanging out. I know that was kind of more of a boring video and a chit chat, but sometimes those are fun. Let me know down in the comments what you're doing this weekend, what you're carrying, and how your soul is feeling today. I always love hearing about that from you guys. Go use your shit. Learn how to sharpen your knives. And I will see you on the next video. I love you so much, fam. Take care.